Winning.
Pick.
Weekly.
Smith for the win.
Raisi K.
Yo, what's good, everyone? Welcome to week 15, Greg. Week 15 of the NFL season 2023-2024. I mean, a hell of a week. The doubleheader on Monday did not disappoint. I was personally at the Knicks game, watching both games on my phone. I mean, it was wild. I had to go home and rewatch the fourth quarter. Like, I had no idea what was happening. I couldn't even follow. It was, and there was no red zone to guide me through it. It was crazy, and I did not even realize, Greg, that we already have the Saturday games. Like we are, we are really at the end here, and it's really tough to see. But of course, Greg, in typical fashion, the Thursday game is absolutely god awful. We have Easton Stick, who, I mean, I have his rookie card with his jersey in it. So there's nobody on planet Earth, I think, besides his family that wants Easton Stick to do well, besides me and Chargers fans. Plus 2.5 at Vegas. Vegas is in shambles. I mean, Vegas almost went to overtime 0-0. Thankfully, they lost 3-0. They were 6-0, right? They were happy to lose 6-0.
3-0, I think.
Oh, it was 3. Did they miss the second field goal?
Yeah, I think it was 3-0. I could be wrong. Maybe it was 6.
Yeah, no, maybe you're right. I misremember them taking the second. Maybe they missed, dude. But anyway, Vegas maybe be benching Aiden O'Connell. Thinking about putting Jimmy G back in, but who knows? What do you think about this line, man? Minus 2.5, Vegas at home.
I think it's Vegas all the way. I think they bounce back here. I know we've been talking about with Justin Herbert. The offense for the Chargers has not been good. The defense obviously hasn't been good. The Chargers team has been terrible all season. And now you have Easton Stick in there. Keenan Allen may or may not be playing. Divisional game, Las Vegas after a bad loss back at home. I like Las Vegas here. So does the public, so does the money. 70% of the public betting on Las Vegas, 80% of the money right now on Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough not to fade the public, but especially this late in the season, I feel like this is when it starts switching up real good for Las Vegas and they end up making a bunch of money. But for this one, I have to go with Las Vegas here. I have to go with the public because I just don't trust anything I'm getting from the Chargers.
Yeah, it looks like it's minus 3 right now. Not only is Easton Stick in, but also Keenan Allen is out. So I'm sticking with Vegas here too. It's a desperate Vegas team, man. They honestly need to win. I'm taking them.
Yeah.
All right, Saturday, 1 o'clock. We got a nice little 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 8 o'clock playoff schedule here. But unfortunately, I mean, maybe playoff teams. We got Minnesota, 7-6, plus 3.5 at Cincinnati. I mean, listen, I'm gonna be right. I'll be honest for the top here. There's some part of me that cannot let go of the bias right now of things I absolutely need to happen. So I need the Vikings to beat the Bengals this week, right? So I'm taking the money line. But also, regardless of that, I like 3.5. Dobbs just got benched. Mullins looked good. He looked good in the offense. I feel like they're starting to rock and roll maybe with the actual guy that they had there the whole time. He was injured. That was why he wasn't there. It wasn't like he was benched for him, right? And he got healthy. It was hard to put him in. But then they were like, okay, no, we really have to put you in now after just a couple of weeks. I like Minnesota plus 3.5.
Yeah, I like Cincy here. I think the Jake Browning thing keeps continuing here. I think they just have better, Justin Jefferson, obviously the best receiver in the league, but 1A here is Jamar Chase. And Justin Jefferson's been banged up all season. Jamar Chase right now, I think, is the best receiver in the league that's healthy. I think Joe Mixon is obviously a better running back than anything that Minnesota could put together. So I think the offense is better than Cincinnati. I think the defense is better than Cincinnati. I like Cincinnati here at home. They give me little vibes of like the Giants here, or maybe we found something in our backup quarterback. The skill positions are playing well. We're in the playoff hunt. We can make a run here. The division's not as hard as we thought it was going to be. Let's see if we can make something happen. So, yeah.
Interesting.
A wild card spot. I mean, I think.
Yeah, I mean, Ravens are in their division.
I know the Ravens have a tough tough sledding, dude. I think they have like Jacksonville, Miami,
I know, but they're
Buffalo.
up. They're up 3 games right now. They have 10 wins.
Yeah.
They're 10 and
Well,
3. Cincinnati 7 and 6.
yeah, you lose 2 games and all of a sudden you're out of first place. That's all I'm saying. Out of the division,
Yeah,
right?
that's true. That's true. All right. 4:30. I mean, this is this is a desperation Jets game. This is no question about it. I need the Pittsburgh Steelers to beat the Indianapolis Colts. Indianapolis Colts are -2.5 at home. Mitch Trubisky is the quarterback for the Steelers, which is tough. Gardner Minshew at home. I feel like he's gonna have the Minshew juice. It's gonna be the only game. It's prime time. Zach Moss, great. I mean, I like Indy, but I'm taking Pittsburgh. I need Pittsburgh, so I'm rocking and rolling with Pittsburgh here. But I totally understand why people would take Indy. In a nutshell, I think I would take Indy too. But this is the type of game where Indy folds, man. Don't
Yeah.
forget, Indy, every time they're about to win the division, every time they're supposed to do well, they fold right on their face. I mean, and
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, when you think they're bad, they do well. I mean, this is a perfect spot for that. I like Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I'm with you in that. I agree with you, but I'm still rocking with Indy. To me, also too, it's a little bit fading the public here on Saturday. I didn't mention it before, but 73% of the money right now is on Minnesota. 78% of the money is on Pittsburgh, with only 47% of the bets. So there's a big, big bet out there. Someone put in on Pittsburgh. I'm not sure exactly why, but I'm fading it, dude. I think Indy's going to get this done. -1.5, -2.5, whatever you want to call it here. I think at home with Gardner Minshew and this offense, I think they're much better at home than they are on the road. Pittsburgh, I don't think they're good on the road. I don't think they're good at home. So, yeah, give me Indy in this one.
All right.
I also apparently like the home teams on Saturday. I was fading the public.
Yeah, and
but
you hate the
apparently home.
Jets. And you hate the Jets, but it's okay.
Oh, yeah, true.
Saturday, 8 p.m. prime time. This is where we're really going to know if you hate the Jets or not. I can't stress this. We need the Detroit Lions to beat the Denver Broncos. -4.5 is a lot of points. But this is Jared Goff at home we're talking about. I'm sticking with it. Don't love it, but I'm sticking with Detroit here. If I was being smart, I feel like I would take Denver, to be honest with you.
Yeah, this is my line in the sand game for Detroit. It's actually my first best bet of the day. Is Detroit at home.
I don't expect that at all.
I think the chips have been down for Detroit. They haven't been playing well. Still getting 70% of the bets, or 70% of the money on 60% of the bets. I just think, to me, it's a line in the sand game for Detroit. I like Detroit here. Jared Goff at home, St. Brown, like the Sam Laporta, like these guys have to come through at home and win. It's Saturday night. Nothing else is on. You got to win here if you're Detroit. If you're going to do something in this postseason, which everyone's expecting you to. The division is kind of falling in your lap, but if you're going to win a game here in the playoffs, you have to win some of these games. And I think Denver's been pretty good, but like I said, line the sand game for me for Detroit. If Detroit can't cover this 4 points, I'm off Detroit for the rest of the year.
All right. We need it. I mean, listen, if you're a Jets fan listening to this is the easiest parlay in the world. Minnesota, Pittsburgh, Detroit. You need those 3 teams for the Jets to continue on their miracle run. If you want Aaron Rodgers back, that's what you want. If you don't want Aaron Rodgers back, you stick with the Greg plan, but you take Denver too. All right. Sunday, 1 o'clock, Green Bay at home. Speaking of Aaron Rodgers, -3.5. Just lost in MetLife. Nobody wants to talk about that. The Jair Alexander wasn't there. No one cares that Aaron Jones wasn't there, but they're banged up, coming off a hot streak. Now they're going back home versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Listen, Tampa Bay Buccaneers suck. Remember, they stink, man. And Green Bay at home in the cold. I think this is an easy Green Bay. Easy Green Bay for me.
So what worries me? So right now, 66% of the money on Tampa Bay. So again, going with a home team, fading the public. There's a little bit of a trend here that I'm going with, and I don't know if it's good or bad. So 7-7 last week, but pretty good the week before. I'm going with Green Bay too. Tampa Bay is leading the division, I believe, but it's a terrible, terrible division. Green Bay, inexplicable loss last week, trying to bounce back here, trying to contend for the division, trying to make a playoff spot here. If they're going to do it, you're going to have to be able to beat teams like Tampa Bay at home. Florida team going up north to the frozen tundra. You have to be able to win those games.
You have to. By over a field goal.
Yes.
I agree. All right, this next game's a tough one for me. Actually, I don't know if it's tough, man. We got Atlanta at the Carolina Panthers. Panthers plus 3.5 at home. It feels like it makes me want it's edging me to take Carolina here.
Yeah.
That means, like I said, I gotta go Atlanta, right? I mean, Atlanta's back against the wall. They're looking for a division here, man. Carolina, they can't do anything.
Yeah,
they do run the ball well, though.
The spread is so small that it makes me think I should take Carolina because the spread should be 11 points. It shouldn't be 3 points. So it's like, I think they're trying to trick you into taking Atlanta, which everyone is right now. 83% of the money right now is on Atlanta. But even that being said, I just can't take Carolina. So give me Atlanta here on the road. I'm with you. Give me the Birds.
All right. Giants plus 5.5 at the New Orleans Saints. Tommy DeVito or Derek Carr? Who you got?
I got the good old boy Tommy DeVito, the representation of Italian American excellence. Tommy DeVito plus 5.5 on the road. The only thing about this game that scares me is that the Saints, I think last week we said, shouldn't be favored by however many points they were. I think that's why we both stayed off of them. Who did they play last week? 5.5 points or 5.5 points of favorites against Carolina. Like, they shouldn't be 5.5 point favorites against anyone. Carolina let us down. We were wrong. They definitely shouldn't be 5.5 point favorites against back-to-back weeks. The Giants are going to get the job done. The Giants are going to avenge us from last week. Give me the Giants here. On the road.
I'm with you. New Orleans. I'm with you. I mean, Barkley tried to give that game away.
Yeah.
I agree. I think the Giants here are going to go and upset New Orleans in New Orleans for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Houston plus 2.5 at Tennessee. Stroud still in concussion protocol. Tennessee off an amazing win, honestly. What do you think about this game, man?
I think Tennessee is my second best bet of the day. I
like it.
No CJ Stroud. 90% of the money's on Tennessee. That's what concerns me. The line hasn't moved a ton, even though I think it should. We talked about the Jets preview or the Jets recap episode that we just did too. Like, Houston has so many injuries. It's not just CJ Stroud, even though it is just CJ Stroud. But to that offense, they're down there, number one, number two receiver. They're down a tight end. A couple other guys are banged up. So, yeah, give me Tennessee here at home. Tractorcito season.
All right. I agree with you there. Not enough to make my best bet, but it's honorable mention. I like it. All right. Chicago Bears at the Cleveland Browns. The Chicago Bears have been frisky, man. The Chicago Bears have been really frisky lately. They've been putting up points. They've been playing decent defense. On the other hand, we have Cleveland, who's been playing great defense, no doubt. But their offense, man, like, I know we're getting hyped about Flacco, but he sucked towards the end of that game. And I don't know if DTR is going to be playing. I think Chicago's going to cover this, man. I would like Chicago to win the game outright. I'm not confident about that money line, but I do like the 3.5, dude.
Yeah, I disagree with Chicago being frisky and scoring points. They scored points against the Lions. The last, 2 of their last 3 games were the Lions, so maybe that's throwing you off a little bit. Other than that, they scored 12 against the Vikings.
Lions are, one of the best teams in the NFC.
Yeah, but it's a divisional game. And the Bears are one of the worst. They might have something up. Other than that, I'm just saying, other than that, they scored 12 points, 16 points, 17 points,
yeah, but Fields.
Points.
Yeah, but I'm talking about since Fields has been back, man. They've been a different team. They've been good.
They scored 12 points 2 weeks ago. I'm just saying, it's not like they're not scoring 40 a week. They've played the Lions twice, and they've played them good twice. Now they're going to go on the road to Cleveland against this defense and score a bunch of points. I don't think so. Third best bet, final best bet of the week. 83% of the money is on the Chicago Bears. That's stupid. Cleveland Browns, Joe Flacco, -3 at home. Third and final best bet.
I agree with you there. But I'm still sticking with Chicago. I need Chicago. I need him. We need Cleveland to lose out. It's the only way.
It's the only way, and unfortunately, I can't believe I'm going to say it, but Cleveland Browns are not going to lose out.
All right, let's see. We will see, Greg.
We will
see.
see. That's the fun part about football.
All right. Let's just go with my best bet here.
Perfect.
My best bet here. It's coming. You know it's coming. It's the Jets who have moved from 12.5 to plus 9.5 at the Miami Dolphins. We got Zach Wilson getting 300 yards and a couple tutties. We got the Jets defense doing what they do. We have Miami with a center that's out. Their best defensive lineman that's out. Tyreek Hill not healthy, even if he plays. Secondary hurt. Jets are going to outright win this game. The money line dropped from like 560 down to like 330 real quick. The Jets are going to win this game. I don't know what else to say. It's my best bet. It sucks for draft position if that's where your head's at. Yes, I agree. If you want a better draft pick, this game's going to suck because we're going to win. So, yeah, this is Jets all the way, man. This is Aaron Rodgers is looming.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like the Jets here, especially with the points, 9.5. Ooh, Mamma mia.
Yeah, they're gonna win straight up. All right, this one's a difficult one. Last 1 o'clock game.
Talk to me.
We got the Kansas City Chiefs minus 9.5 at the New England Patriots. All right, forget my bias for a second. New England Patriots looked good last week.
Yeah,
they look good, and they've been increasingly looking good. And an article just came out that the Patriots are going to fire Bill Belichick. Okay, we have to remember all these things that are in play.
Fiction.
Yeah, and I'm talking about a guy who loves bulletin board material, right? Yeah. He knows about it all. On the other hand, we have the Kansas City Chiefs, who, regardless of what you think about the refs, it was the right call. Regardless of what you think about how it should be officiated, the way the Chiefs acted is they're in panic mode. They are in panic mode. They're 8-5. The playoffs are not going to run through them. And I don't think they can cover 9.5 points.
No.
Do you?
No. Even against New England, who has 2 wins or 3 wins.
That's what's crazy.
They're the second worst team in the league. But, dude, like, the Chiefs stink.
On the road.
The
9.5.
Chiefs stink. Against Bill Belichick on the road, no.
At home, this is 16.5? 15.5? What are we talking about?
Yeah. I don't know, dude. To me, this is one of the crazier spreads of the weekend. Wouldn't be surprised if this comes down to a last-second score. Like Bill Belichick, like to your point, and talk about bulletin board material or whatever it is, dude. Just the notion that he's going to be fired, I think, is one of the dumbest exercises in thought we've had as a society. Give me New England plus 8.5. Would have made it a best bet, but I ran out of spots, but you'll see it coming up in the Hail Mary.
All right. 4 o'clock. Washington at the Rams. Ever since we said Sam Howell was looking good, I don't think Sam Howell has thrown a touchdown. It's been like a month and a half since Washington has done anything. They're tanking. They want a quarterback more than anyone. They're looking at Drake May. And honestly, if anyone deserves it, it's them. Especially coming out right now and saying they're building a new spot in 2026. Like they can get a quarterback, they can get Drake May, he'll be good. But in 2 years, like where everybody's moving it into Virginia to their I don't know. I just feel like things are changing in Washington. New ownership. They're gonna lose this game badly. And you know who's looking really good, man? Stafford. The Rams have had a really tough schedule.
Yeah.
Every week. I mean, listen, I have Kupp and Stafford. I'm staring at them every week. Who they're playing every week. They have the most ridiculous matchup. This is when it starts to get soft for them, and they're staring at an NFC playoff berth. They could easily get a wild card. They just have to start stacking games, and they have to start stacking games against bad tanking teams. Tutty at home, Rams. I feel like the Rams are never home too. I feel like the Chargers have been home every week. The Rams are in for a nice stretch here. I think they're going to smack them, but I'm staring at our screen. And I see 96% and 86% agree with me. So this is probably the dumbest bet I have of the day.
Yeah, I'm taking Washington plus 6.5 here on the road. Makes no sense. It makes you want to puke. That's why you take those bets. That's why you bet those bets. 96% of the money, to your point, on the Rams makes no sense. So no one should be 96% in the NFL. Washington has people that get paid to play too. Give me Washington plus 6.5.
All right. This one I have no idea, man. San Francisco minus 13.5 at Arizona. I mean, I have no clue. I know San Francisco's the best. I know Arizona stinks, but 13.5 is a lot. What are your thoughts here?
I like
Guide me.
Arizona on the points here. I think it's just too many points.
Yeah.
Divisional game, right? Divisional game of
Mhm.
San
Are you
Francisco
going to
and
be
Arizona.
surprised, though?
What?
Are you going to be surprised, though, if San Francisco wins by 2 touchdowns?
No. No, I wouldn't be, but I just
Yeah.
think what's more likely than not that Arizona keeps it relatively close. I mean, garbage time touchdown. They could be up, 20 points and you can get a garbage time touchdown and cover the spread.
I
Just
know.
so many points in the NFL. Yeah, San Francisco is incredible. I think they're the best team in football, but still 12.5 points on the road too. Like Arizona, Kyler Murray, you can make something happen. Mike Wilson's, coming back from injuries, been out the last few weeks. Him getting in this passing attack, I think something could happen. James Conner, who knows?
All right. I'm sticking with San Francisco. I'm just going to roll with it.
Yeah.
I don't feel great, though. Dallas at Buffalo. Buffalo minus 2.5 at home. Dallas not that great on the road. Buffalo had a sneaky win last week. Dallas good against bad teams. Is Buffalo good or bad?
I don't know. We've been saying for a month now the defense isn't good. And Dallas
I mean,
eats apart bad defenses.
they lost last week, which technically they did, right? Like, let's just for a second, like, close our eyes and imagine that a play, his foot didn't actually affect the play. Like, Kansas City is now winning,
This is
right?
this is yeah, this is my overreaction pick of the week. To me, this line one makes no sense, and two, then the betting makes no sense. To your point, they were a fluke penalty away from losing. If the Buffalo Bills lost that game last week, this spread is Dallas minus 6.5. Like, it's crazy that it's moved so much. It makes no sense. I love Dallas here. Again, was thinking about making it a best
Oh my
bet.
God.
I
Oh,
apparently
this is the
love.
best bet, but what is on the screen right now? What am I looking at?
So I'm saying 94% of the money's on Buffalo. It's not only just a crazy spread, John. Like, people are hammering Buffalo. What are
That
we
is weird.
talking about? Dallas has absolutely steamrolled good teams over the last few weeks. I get that, the storyline going into the last few weeks for them has been that they've played, they've beat up on bad teams. And I get that, but dude, what was it? They played the Eagles last week. The week before that, they played Seattle. And then the week before that, they played someone good, didn't they? Oh, no, the Commanders. But they killed Seattle. They killed the Eagles. It's going to be interesting to see them on the road against a good team because the last two games have been at home. But even that Eagles game, man, they were in it. Like Dak Prescott stepped out diving for the end zone. Like, if he doesn't step out there, it's a totally different game. So I'm interested to see what Dallas is. To me, this is a big if Dallas is for real. I said that last week with the Eagles. I'm saying it again with Dallas. If Dallas is for real and they're going to be a real team and not let the whole entire, America's team down like they do every single year, they're going to have to win in a tough place to play on the road in the playoffs. This is a tough place to play on the road in the playoffs, and it's going to be freezing cold. So I'm interested to see what happens. I love Dallas here.
Me too. Best bet. And we
Yeah.
need it, man. We need it. We'll get to that in the Hail Mary. All
Yeah.
right. Sunday Night Football. Good one. Very good one.
Yeah.
Got the Ravens at Jacksonville. Ravens at -3 right now.
Mhm.
The Ravens been banged up recently, man. Their secondary's banged up, but their offense is getting healthier. On the other hand, Jacksonville defense has been mediocre all year, but they've been able to deodorant that with their offense. Offense banged up with Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rock with the Ravens here. They control their own destiny for their bye spot. It would make sense that they lose. Kansas City wins, and now all of a sudden, Kansas City's one game away from flipping this whole thing and being back at home. And then the
Yep.
Ravens are playing San Francisco or something next week. So, like, Kansas City easily could just take the number one spot, and then this is all for nothing. Mahomes crying for no reason. So I totally see that scenario. I also see Dallas taking, jumping the reins. But I'm sticking with the Ravens here.
Yeah, 80% of the money on the Ravens. I think it's just too much. Again, it's a theme I'm doing this week. Apparently, it's it curled up in my head when I was making these picks, and I stuck with it. Fading the public here. Jacksonville at home, getting 3 points in prime time. It's going to be low scoring. It's going to be ugly. If I get a primetime home team getting points, fading the public, that just checks too many boxes for me not to take it. Also, as a little preview of my Monday night pick.
All right. Well, my Monday night pick is my last final best bet. Listen, man, the Philadelphia Eagles, everybody thinks they stink right now. This is the perfect time. This is it. Did you hear AJ Brown after last game? Dude,
No.
AJ Brown's getting two tutties this game. He literally said, "Watch next game. Watch next game. Watch next game." Like that was literally his post game press conference. I think the Eagles, hearing Kelsey on his podcast, he sounds so sad when he talks about like this disappointment. Like, dude, the Eagles are not used to this. They're gonna come back versus a terrible Seattle team, a terrible Seattle secondary, and they're gonna enforce their will in Seattle. Like their back is against the wall, and they're 10-3. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's like the season's over, in everybody's head, and they're 10-3. They're gonna come back and they're gonna absolutely smack Seattle. This is my bet, the third and final best bet. I'm taking alternative line on this game. When the time comes, I'm gonna take so many bets on this game, like same game parlay, and it's all gonna be Eagle centric. I might take 2 tutties for AJ Brown. Like I think they're gonna absolutely demolish Seattle.
Yeah, I like Seattle here at home getting points. 88% of the money is on Philadelphia. To me, I think that's just crazy. Geno Smith may or not be playing. I don't think it matters too much.
Oh my
I think
God.
this is just a
Luck
system
sucks.
play, fade the public play. Again, home team, prime time, getting points, fading the public by a lot too. 90%, pretty much 90% of the money's on the Eagles. Las Vegas ain't gonna let that happen. So yeah, give me Seattle at home getting the points.
Oh, they're gonna let it happen, bro. It's happening. It's actually
All right.
happening. All right.
We will see, as some people say.
Some people say we will see, but I'm gonna tell you right now, Philadelphia is gonna smack them, especially if Drew Lock is in there. Oh, watching Drew Lock play actually hurts. It hurts pain. It inhibits actual pain in my body when I watch Drew Lock play football.
It's true. It's true. It is tough to watch out young Jeezy though.
All right. I can't believe that one clip. We'll just never forget it. I mean, what a PR stunt by the man. All right. Greg, give me your Hail Mary because I know you don't want to hear mine.
I'm looking at it real quick. Give me 1 second. I am going to do. Oh God, where is it? Tennessee. Okay, Tennessee and the under.
I can go with mine if you want.
No, I like
Russell?
Cleveland. No, it's gonna be my 3 best bets, and then it's a side in total. So I like Cleveland -3 and the over 38 points. I like Tennessee -2.5, the under 37.5 points, and I like Detroit -4 and the under 47.5 points. Those 6 bets are plus 3,300. That's my 3 best bets, plus side in total. You can do individual ones with those. That's what I started doing. I like throwing a little bit on each. It's like plus 250-ish for each individual bet. I like doing that. And, throw them all together for plus 3,300.
All right. So I got my 3 best bets, all money line. Jets, Eagles, Cowboys. And then this is just the all Jets win. This is everything I need to happen. You talk about miracles, Greg. We need 10 things to happen for the best possible day for the Jets. One of those is the Patriots winning. A little unrealistic, but who knows? Patriots at home, right? Chiefs, maybe they're going to implode. Maybe they're imploding right in front of us. We just need the Patriots to get a better draft pick, so that kind of helps. So Patriots are in there, but other than that, this is just the all Jets. All Jets. So we got the Raiders, Vikings, Steelers, Lions, Titans, Bears. 10 teams. $5 to win 14K.
Those are some odds.
It's $5, bro. It's $5.
Just $5. I got one to you. I got one for you too. The teasers. I pulled out, like I said, my best John Meleka impression. I took a 15-leg teaser. Every single bet you heard on the show today, excluding Thursday night. So I'll run through it again real quick if you rapid fire. Cincy, Indy, Detroit, Green Bay, Atlanta, the Giants, Tennessee, Cleveland, the Jets, New England, Washington, Arizona, Dallas, Jacksonville, Seattle. plus, here's the kicker, John, 11.5-point teaser.
Wow.
So you're moving numbers up. Cleveland's now all of a sudden plus 8.5. Atlanta's now plus 8.5. You're getting over some of these football numbers. Detroit goes from -4 to plus 7.5. That could be important to some. It's plus 1,000. Just a plus 1,000. $100 wins you $1,000. 11.5 points. There's no way Las Vegas is wrong on all these games by 11.5 points. That's kind of what you're betting on with this teaser, is that Vegas is right on the number within 11.5 points. And I think they did it this week. I think they got it right.
Okay. I'm going to go with a 5-point teaser. 8 teams.
Okay.
Vikings plus 7.5. Steelers plus 6.5. Texans plus 7.5. Jets plus 13.5. Bears plus 8. Patriots plus 13.5. Cowboys plus 6.5. Eagles plus 1.5. $15 to win 240. It's plus 1,600.
I like that.
Just get all my money back for the week.
That's a nice.
All right.
That's a nice teaser.
All right, that wraps it up for this week. Let us know what you got. Thanks for tuning in. Let's go Jets.
Yes.
Everything happens right for the Jets. I'm rich off of $5, and we live to see Aaron Rodgers next week. That's all I'll say.
Whew.
So on the line, week 15.
Big week. Big week.
Just have a couple of those things fall the other way, including the Jets loss, so we can just drop this whole thing, and we'll start talking about Joe Alt. I'm ready.
Can't
Ready
wait
for it. Winning Picks Weekly on Twitter. Next comment, Jets comment, ETC period on YouTube. Hit us up. We out.